go ahead for Ravnica Allegiance Draft number infinity. There is a move this teensy bit. There we go. Is anything being hidden? We can. The home button is being hidden. That's no big deal. Alrighty, we have a Teysa Karlov. This is an interesting critter. 2 white black. If a creature dying causes a triggered ability, if a permanent you control that ability triggers an additional time. Creatures tokens you control have vigilance and lifelink. So, excuse me. Clearly, Teysa is a build-around Orzhov card. She's all about them afterlife creatures, giving double the spirits from your afterlife and giving them vigilance and lifelink in addition. That's what she lives for. She's a 4-mana 2/4, so sort of blasé if you don't have all the afterlife triggers or the vindictive vampire triggers, or preferably both. What are the other options in this pack? There's good old Terramander, which again you'll almost never see because the bots take this thing so ridiculously highly. Basically, they take Rakdos Firewheeler. I think that's what the name of the card is. I was watching someone else stream and they were saying something else. I want to make sure I'm not insane. Yeah. Rakdos Firewheeler, the red, black, Rakdos uncommon. They take Terramander and they take Angelic Exaltation. They take all those 3 cards like super duper highly. You'll almost never see them pass to you. One of these days those bots will wise up and pass me Terramander. But what else do we have in this pack? We have Skewer the Critics. We have an Aeromunculus. And we have Arrester's Admonition. Basically, the considerations would be this card, this card, this card, this card, or the rare. I haven't played with Teysa Karlov. I've played against it, but it was in a deck that wasn't particularly strong. This basically commits you 100% to going full Orzhov. But that could be good. It is quite good in an Orzhov deck, and it's good in that it doesn't ask you to do anything you don't already want to be doing. If you're in an Orzhov deck, you already want to have a lot of afterlife creatures and creatures with dies effects and creatures that have value when they're in play and when they're dead. And so yeah, it's not too punishing. Obviously, Skewer the Critics is also pretty good in any red deck, either Gruul or Rakdos. Yeah, let's give the rare a shot. I'm not gonna get married to my first pick here, but we'll try and assemble something around Teysa if Orzhov happens to be open. So let's give her a shot. So here the rare was taken. There's Syndicate Guildmage, which I'm not that impressed by. I would sooner probably have a Grotesque Demise. There's Azorius Skyguard, which is good, but not better than a Grotesque Demise, I don't think. Dead Revels would be happy to get back an Azorius Guildgate. And then there's some filler stuff, like Rampaging Grandhorn, better than filler, but the other stuff is kind of filler. I think we're just going to take the Grotesque Demise here, and we'll see what the next pack brings us. Okay, an uncommon was taken out of here. We got Sentinel's Mark and Regenesis still remaining in the pack. Let's go to the uncommon print run. Regen. Oh yeah. So Angelic Exaltation, as mentioned, the bots take Angelic Exaltation incredibly highly. So because there's Regenesis and Sentinel's Mark still in the pack, we know that Angelic Exaltation was taken. A card that's actually pretty good in an Orzhov deck, that Angelic Exaltation. So it's a white card, somewhat scary. There is a very good Gruul card in Frenzied Airings. There's Sauroform Hybrid. There's Sentinel's Mark, which is decent. A lot better, I think, in Azorius than he is in Orzhov. Because in Azorius, you can slap him on some flyer, and you're usually trying to race your opponent out with flyers, whereas in Orzhov, you're typically trying to grind your opponent out with stuff like Ill-Gotten Inheritance. There's Lawmage's Binding, which is quite good, and a card that I could splash in an Azorius deck, and I could still splash Grotesque Demise in an... Sorry, I could splash Lawmage's Binding in an Orzhov deck, and I could splash Grotesque Demise in an Azorius deck. I think Frenzied Airings is slightly better, and the fact that the bots took a white card is somewhat alarming to me. Let's just take a Frenzied Airings here. Well, and then we get past the second one. In this pack, there's Sphinx of New Prov and Gates Ablaze. So we don't know. It's either a Sunder Shaman or Forbidding Spirit. And I think they would take a Sunder Shaman here. So maybe the little departure into Gruul land will be a brief one. Yeah, well, I think Taste of Karlov could be interesting if that comes together, but the Grotesque Demise. Then quickly taking a leap into Gruul only to find that a Sunder Shaman was taken. I'm pretty sure they would pass a Forbidding Spirit, because you see that one quite late, and they would take a Sphinx of New Prov, but they wouldn't pass a Sunder Shaman. So I think they took a Sunder Shaman and an Angelic Exaltation were two uncommons we know about that were taken by the three bots immediately to our right. So that would encourage us to be in blue-black. So because a red, green, and white card we're taking. That'd be a little tricky. Good still. Yeah, I got the music up. We may have to adjust the exact location, but yeah, we changed our music situation here, and I think it'll be solid. Could just take another Frenzied Airings, but again, I think they just took a Sunder Shaman away from me. So Gruul could get cut. Could just take a Sphinx of New Prov and still splash the Grotesque Demise in that deck. I don't think I want any of this other stuff. Don't think I want the Gates Blaze. Take the Sphinx. I did pass. Oh, now I see a Collision Colossus and a Gateway Sneak. Okay, what was taken out here? We got Gateway Sneak and Collision Colossus. Sorry, wrong. Gateway Sneak. Okay, so it was either Light of the Stage, red card, a biogenic upgrade, a green card. I don't quite have a handle on where the bots put that, but it was basically a red or a green card, which we would get cut on if we took the Collision Colossus. I think I'll take the Gateway Sneak here and possibly live to regret it. Look at this pack, though. It's got, well, basically it's got a lot of red and green cards, but not all that impressive. There's a Collision, a Mammoth Spider, and a Burning Tree Vandal. I think I'll just take a Gateway Sneak here. So now there's a Gate Colossus. I think I'll just take him. Passing on some medium cards. Just had a Curiosity, Gate Colossus, Light of the Stage. We're kind of in that realm before. They took a Basilica Bellhaunt. Again, but this is now 5 potential bots to our right, so the level of signal is somewhat diminishing. I'll take the Gate Colossus here. Now we get a Vindictive Vampire, which plays quite well with the Pack 1 Pick 1 Taste of Karlov. I think I'll take him. This is our last new pack we're going to see. There's an Essence Capture quite late. Let's just check. Essence Capture, Blood Mist Infiltrator. Again, the signal at this point is pretty muddled because I'm the last person to see this pack. There's a Sphinx of the Guild Pact in here. That's completely colorless, not much of a signal. I think, so we could take the Twilight Panther and just have a little Death Touch guy, or we could just take Essence Capture for the strong blue-blue signal and still play that in an Azorius deck, or we could do our old tricks again, being a Dimir deck splashing white on the middle of the two colors. Take the Essence Capture here. There's a Thought Collapse, but I think I'll just take the Inheritance in this spot. Passing on a late Silhana Wayfinder that came all the way back. Here, I'll take a Dead Revels. This card's quite strong in most decks. Sentinel's Mark came all the way back. I haven't seen, this is like the only white card we've really been past. Could just take another Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Could take the Sentinel's Mark. Let's take the Inheritance. We've seen 2 white cards. One we took first, and one we took like third, and then a Sentinel's Mark. We do know the Angelic Exaltation was taken out of the pack. The very second pack, or third pack we saw. Let's take the Inheritance. Well, now we get a super late Twilight Panther. I think that's better than a Blade Brand. So take the Twilight Panther here. Here we'll just take a Goblin Gathering. I think we'll take the Exposed to Daylight as a sideboard card rather than the second Blade Brand already. Well, that was a bit of a rough go of it, wasn't it? I have no idea what... I'm pretty sure Gruul is not going to be open. And let's put the Goblin Gathering away. Do I have Deckmaster up? It's doing things. Oh, I got 2 of them up. That's probably why. Let's kill one of them. I'll kill both of them and reopen. Deckmaster. Okay, now I've got 1 open. Hopefully that will refix the Deckmaster overlay on your stream. So here's Lavinia. Is basically a hard to cast 2-drop. I think this card could be interesting in a sideboard of an Azorius deck. Mostly because it can prevent an opponent from casting expensive things with Wilderness Reclamation. They can't cast... Wait, let me double check. Each opponent can't cast non-creature spells with converted mana cost greater than the number of lands that player controls. So this prevents your opponent from paying for a Nexus of Fate with less than 7 lands. So the kind of person who's doing some Wilderness Reclamation stuff, kind of a cute thing. Don't think it'll be that big of a deal. This pack is pretty bad for us overall. There's a Flames of the Raised Boar, but there's also a Dagger Caster, and I'm likely to get... Did I get a Blade Brand? I have no Blade Brands yet? Okay, I'm likely to be able to get Blade Brands. I think I'll just take the Dagger Caster here. And see where that takes us. We're mostly in black. Still could be in white, could still be in red. Let's take the Dagger Caster. There's a Carnival Carnage. Terramander Rare is taken. So I could just take a Grasping Thrall and continue down the Orzhov route. Don't think we're Terramandering. I think black was the most open. I could just take Carnival Carnage. Don't think it's Undercity Scavenger. Don't think it's Burning Tree Vandal. I think I'll just take Carnival Carnage in this spot. A rare and a common we're taking out of this pack. This draft is all over the map. It's not really a mono black card I'd be interested in taking. Undercity's Embrace is not too interesting to me. Could just take Arrester's Admonition. Go back to the the blue end of things. Just took a Dagger Caster. I think the ship has sailed for Gruul. Not that big of a fan of Night of Last Breath. Pretty cute with Teysa Karlov. Probably get this thing on the table. I'll just take a Arrester's Admonition here and see if that is open at all. Here we see a Final Payment, a Scorch Mark. Guess I'll just take the Final Payment. I'm doing my best to not play my first pick, but I have no idea what's truly open here, man. I should take Final Payment in this spot. There's an Orzhov Racketeers. Syndicate Messenger. Yeah, let's take the Racketeers. Here's a Ill-God Inheritance, a Grasping Thrall number 2. There's also a Dovin's Acuity. I'll probably need all these Orzhov Guild Gates to make my deck playable. But I think I'll take a Thrall here. Seems like at least Orzhov is somewhat open in this direction. Take a, it's like Orzhov and blue uncommons, that's what's open. Slightly. Mostly blue uncommons, not even Orzhov that much. Oh, boy. It could just be Esper deck. Probably not playing the Sphinx of New Prof. I think Code Constraint is so-so. I think I'll just take the Impassioned Orator here, perhaps. Not really. I like Undercity Scavenger. You could get to, let's see, how would Teysa Karlov in that work? If creature dying causes a triggered ability to trigger. Yeah, I guess, maybe not. It has to be a creature dying. This is specifically sacrificing a specific creature. I think that would not work with Undercity Scavenger. That'd be kind of fun. 4 counters and scrying 2 twice. That'd be interesting. I think I'll just take the Orator here. Not a fan of it. Could either take. I think I'll just take the Debtor's Transport though. Here, I think I'll snap up a Guild Gate rather than these 2 drops. I'll take the Rakdos Gate in case we want to splash the Carnage half of Carnival Carnage, maybe the Dagger Caster. Already have 1 Exposed to Daylight in our sideboard. But just take Thirsting Shade. Here's a Blade Brand. Here's a Syndicate Messenger. That'll be our 3rd Ilgon Inheritance. Don't think we'll need 3. Take Exposed to Daylight. Number 2, Wall of Lost Thoughts. There's a Blood Crypt, another Gate Colossus. 2nd Carnival Carnage, a Skewer, Lamage's Binding. How am I doing on Blood Crypts? 0 in the collection. Let's salvage this draft the only way I know how. Rare drafts. I think I'll just take a Consign to the Pit here rather than any of this other stuff. Could take a 2nd one already or take this Guild Gate. I think I need the Gate more. There's a Sky Tether, another Guild Gate. I think I'll take the Sky Tether. There's a 2nd Vindictive Vampire. Sure. Here, let's take another Guild Gate, possibly Gateway Plaza. Let's build our deck for a second here. Let's get Sphinx of New Prov, get out of here. Essence Capture, get out of here. We have 1 Blade Brand. Got Teysa, Dead Revels. It's like a 2-drop. Got Thirsting Shade we don't want to play. We got a Sky Tether, Dead Revels, Final Payment, Blade Brand, Grotesque Demise, Consign to the Pit. Got these blue cards, which probably aren't getting played. Yeah, I think we may splash some red cards. This is... Okay, we've got 3 lands. This is 21 spells, so we're not completely out to lunch here. It's not a good deck. But we've got a kind of a deck. I think we just need some sort of filler creatures and the like. We have not a nary a 3-drop. Between Footlight Fiend and the Dagger Caster, we're somewhat incentivized to have additional Blade Brands. But we're also somewhat incentivized to have 3 colors. I think I'll take the Gateway Plaza here and maybe get that Blade Brand on the way back. Well, here we just get another Orzhov Guild Gate. Here I'll take the crappy 3-drop, just as a creature that can block, so I'm not forced to use removal on everything that moves. Here I could take a Carrion Imp. Be kind of lousy with 4-drops. I could take an Orzhov Locket, which I wouldn't mind, but if I could take another Carnival Carnage. I think I'll just actually take a Plague White, though. Here, I'll make this big again for you guys. I'll take a Viscopa Vampire just to fill in the curve a little bit. We already have... Do we have 2 Consign to the Pits? We don't. I'll take it. I'll take the Rakdos Trumpeter. And we'll take a Rakdos Guild Gate. And another Blade Brand. Okay, our We ended up married to our first pick anyway, despite our best efforts to wildly flail about in the early packs. We were getting... It was not a clear signal because we had a white card taken and a Gruul card taken to our right, and so yeah, blue and black are the most open colors, which are not, unfortunately, a guild. And that's possibly why things ended up the way they did. Let us move all our spells off to the left. Get this Wilderness Reclamation. Yeah, they're either tricky or I'm just bad. It's one or the other. Consign the Pit. We didn't get that Night of Last Breath back. I thought that might come back. I think we'll not play the Mountain. You don't want a Dagger caster until you have 6 mana with the Blade Brand anyway, so I'm okay with only having the 3 red sources, I think. This is 16 creatures, 11 non-creatures. We have 43 cards, so 3 things need to get cut. Let's cut the second Consign of the Pit. So we have a Final Payment, Grotesque Demise, Consign of the Pit, a Sky Tether, and a Carnival of Carnival Carnage. We actually did okay on, like, cheap cards-ish. I think those are fine. 10th District Veteran, yeah. 2 Vindictive Vampires, Syndicate Messenger, Dagger Caster, sure. The 5 drops. The Debtor's Transport. Didn't see any of the Orzhov 2 drops. The 2 Goblin Gatherings. I got 1. Oh, we can play the Blood Crypt as well. Get in there. See, it wasn't just a rare draft. One in our deck. How many gates do we end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good enough for a Gate Colossus. Just need to make some cuts here now. Probably cut Debtor's Transport. That leaves us with just 2 Afterlife triggers, but at least we have the Vindictive Vampires. Have I had the opportunity to draft a Glass of Guild Pact? I haven't. I actually watched Owen Turnwald's, one of his VODs of drafting, and he had a Glass of Guild Pact and a weird Rakdos deck, and it seemed somewhat impressive. The one game he got it down, but he did end up 3-2 in that draft, so not the greatest sell for the Glass. Do I want both Inheritances? I am kind of hoping to Vindictive Vampire people out from the looks of it. Do I want Dead Revels? I have, in terms of creatures that could trade away, I have a Twilight Panther. Yeah, that's kind of it. Maybe get the Dead Revels out. I don't think we quite made it on the Dead Revels front. Of like cool enter the battlefield triggers and the like. And creatures dying and coming back for value, so get that out of here. 41, let me check the counts again. 15 creatures, it's still decent. I would love like I would actually take a Locket in this deck probably, but I didn't quite get there. Don't think we're splashing Goblin Gathering. Do we just cut the Teysa? Nah, with double Vindictive Vampire, I think it's kind of cool. And a decent little blocker there. Maybe it's one of the cheap creatures. It's probably one of these guys. Yeah, I think I'll cut... I think I'll put the Plague White in the sideboard. Have him available if I need to turn up the heat. Here we go. Red sources, we get 1, 2, 3, 4 for our Dagger caster, which, as aforementioned, we don't want to do until turn until we have 6 mana out. Anyway, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gates for Gate Colossus. We've got some Teysa Karlov shenanigans and Syndicate Messenger, Orzhov Racketeers, and the 2 Vindictive Vampires. Yeah, I think this will be okay. It's not going to be great. But we'll hopefully not just get absolutely demolished instantly. Very tricky draft. Hard to find ourselves in an open guild because I think, as mentioned, that blue and black were the most open colors, and that's not a guild, unfortunately, in this set. Go ahead and run it. I think the story of this deck is the rare drafted Blood Crypt. I think Dagger, Brand, or Bust. I don't know what the character limit is on that thing, but that's probably about right. Let's put this thing back up here. And let's roll. Yeah, we've... it's really hard to... The bots do not pass the dual lands very late. It's kind of funny because they're not that good. They're actually worse than Gates in many instances in Limited. So they shouldn't be rated that highly. I'm a slowish deck, but it's not like I have a lot of cheap interaction, really. And I do have double Ill-God Inheritance. I think I'll play first here. Well, this hand almost makes my deck look like a real deck. Let's get Twilight Panther out. Chip in a few points of damage. Try not to trade him away until I have Vindictive Vampire out. And I probably won't just trade him away for the first 2-drop that comes down or anything. I will will trade with that if I had the opportunity. Oh, please block. It's his little kitty cat. What could go wrong? You're a 0-2. That's a 1-2. What's the problem? Oh. Uh-oh, it's got a rhythm, eh? Well, it looks, at least I have Death Touch, Death Touch. You can make a 1-drop with a counter on it. Tin Street Dodger or whatever with a counter on him? Or with double haste? What do you got? Because I'm going to play a 4-drop here... Well, I could not play my Vampire. I think I'd want to play my Vampire, though. Well, could not play my Vampire, just hold up the Death Touch. So that I can guarantee I can start playing 5-drops shortly. Because I don't know if I'll draw another untapped land. So I guess I will play the Guildgate and just hold up Death Touch / the Blade Brand here. And, well... I think I changed my mind. I think I'll attack. Yeah, we did not end up with the blue. See, I don't know what they used to seed the bots with this time because the drafts came out on Magic Arena like before they could really get information from Magic Online. Pretty sure the drafts were out on Magic Arena either at the same time or before they were out on Magic Online. So, but I assume they have the ability to adapt them on the fly. We're what? The drafts came out on the 17th, I think, or like the 18th. And it's we're 11 days past that, so they've had opportunity to now get data, even from from their own within Magic Arena or from Magic Online or wherever else. I'm assuming this guy's getting a counter. Well, as predicted, didn't get there on the untapped land for my 5-drops. The Sky Tether's not great against the guy with Reach, who I would maybe want to attack through with my Spirits and Grasping Thrall. I think we'll just leave old Twilight Panther back now. If my opponent kills my Twilight Panther, will I trade this Blade Brand and Vindictive Vampire for one of his creatures? Maybe. Yeah, the season ends in like 3 hours or something like that. Prince of Darings is a big lad. 5/5. He could be a Sky Tether target. I don't have any like consume or anything like that to worry about for my Sky Tether. Well, here's a Syndicate Messenger. I guess I'll just add it to the board. And allow myself to continue holding a black for Death Touch. Huh. 20 or 17 life is a lot of Vindictive Vampire triggers to try and finish off my opponent. I'm assuming at some point he'll rip a Scorchbrand or Screw the Critics, and this Twilight Panther will be kaput. Yeah, we have 2 Inheritance in, so that is our another way to win out here. Fortunately, Twilight Panther and our 2 Blade Brands are only Death Touch. We didn't end up with any Noxious Grudions or the uncommon 2-drop for Orzhov. So while I do like our position against our opponent, it could be better. If we find one of our better removal spells to kill this Mammoth Spider, then we'll be in better shape, I think. Ability to keep attacking with our flyers. I wonder if he's deciding whether to just... yeah. Make sure I get a chance to get a Death Touch. Does he get the first strike? Okay, he's just gonna deal as much damage through this Twilight Panther as he possibly can. So he's gonna deal 7 to me, but I'll gain 1 back. There's a Trumpety Trumpeter. You're suggesting Blade Branding a Syndicate Messenger at some point? I could potentially do that, but I'll first commit as much as I can to the board. And do that at some point. Grasping Thrall dying. Ooh, boy. Well, that's a Sky Tether if I've ever seen one. Big Tramply boy. Oh, there's Teysa. Okay, this, Sky Tether this sucker. Now, the Syndicate Messenger Blade Brand play seems good. I'll wait till next turn to do that. Get wrecked a little bit if he has instant speed fight or anything on the messenger. Still can't. I can do 2 things this turn, I suppose, with the Trumpeter. I prefer the messenger be the creature that dies because of the double spirit after it. No, if I attack, he blocks. I go to Blade Brand, and he responds by fighting the Syndicate Messenger before the Blade Brand resolves. Then he'll be able to kill it before the Death Touch happens. And like I could Blade Brand immediately before I even attack. That doesn't exactly work out. Then he doesn't bother blocking here. So yeah, he could get me with a fight spell or something here. No. And we get our red mana for the old Trumpety Trumpeter. So now we drain him twice, get 2 spirits, and get to play a Rakdos Trumpeter. And the Mammoth Spider's gone. This worked out pretty good, I would say. Draft going according to plan. I think I already played my land, unfortunately, before I did the Blade Brand. And Rakdos Trumpeter Menace. Well, he's not going to be very good. Because my opponent has this 8/8 and a 3/5. Getting this little bit of scrolling text. Let me put my mouse over it. ended up being quite difficult. Looks like it's covering the game win thing, so I'm just going to shift it to the left a little bit so you can still see how many games that won. Go there. Alrighty, let's attack with all the flyers. Play my Guildgate and play Orzhov Racketeers. If he kills Vindictive Vampire, which he's somewhat incentivized to do, he could have a bit of a hard time. Alright, my tokens of Vigilance and Lifelink now, even more obnoxious than they already were. So let's move this still a bit more. What just happened? Uh-oh. Okay, he gave you reach for a turn. Still did 2 damage. Play the Guildgate, play the Racketeers, and say Gui. Kind of want Racketeers to die, because he'll make 4 tokens, assuming Tesa's still around. So I'm just attacking with him full stop, and my opponent's pretty incentivized to block him, because he doesn't want to discard a card, and he doesn't want to take 3 damage. Opponent has double red. He's got all the mana he can need. He's had a lot of spells in hand all this time. Maybe they're all pump spells or something. Oh, there's an inheritance as well. I think I'll attack with all non-Vindictive Vampire Teysa cards. And pump Trumpeter, potentially, or potentially not. And then play an Ill-Gotten Inheritance and kind of have him dead. Pumpy. This puts him to 1 if everything goes as planned. A plan well executed somehow. Mostly because my opponent, I don't know what's in his hand. Mono combat tricks? Given how freely he used the first Colossus, I'm somewhat presuming that. Good luck, a friendo. GG. Oh, big stretch. Nikia of the Old Ways. Thank you for showing me another card before you conceded. If he showed me a Gate Colossus, I'd consider... what did I just do? Bring him Plague White? No. If he showed me an artifact, I would consider... Actually, he did show me a Gruul Locket. He had 2 targets for an Exposed Daylight. I don't think I care that much about the old Wild Boy there. I think I'm going to... The Rhythm of the Wild. I think I'll bring in Consign to the Pit. Do I have... Oh, I didn't end up with one? Oh, man. I didn't even get my 3/6 or a Crocodile. Yikers. Looks like Gate Colossus is my defensive guy. Still keep the Dagger Caster in. The 10th District Veteran doesn't seem like he's going to do very much as a 2/3, because I'm sure my opponent's going to go much bigger. Footlight Fiend is really good with Blade Brand, so I'll keep him in for that. But Impassioned Orator, I don't think it's going to do a whole lot, but maybe Reckless Trumpeter is equally as blah. So I think I'll bring in the Debtor's Transport. Make our creatures a bit bigger, and hope to cling to life as my opponent probably has a better draw this time. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. The Twilight Panther was a big deal. It saved us a lot of life, mostly because my opponent hesitated on attacking into it for many, many turns until he finally just decided, well, screw it, I'll do it. And traded 2 cards for it, in fact. You gonna die. There's a Sky Tether. Double inheritance. Got some gates. Maybe we can keep this. Hopefully he doesn't have another incubation druid start. There's Dagger Caster. And we have the red mana, we just need the Blade Brand, 1 of 2. What do you got? Rubble Slinger? Not scared of that. Guess I'll just keep playing Gates. The only reason to hold on to one is to resurrect our Gate Colossus, should we draw him. We do have the mana now for a Gate Colossus. He's 5 mana with 3 gates out. That sucks, there's my red mana. Classic rubble reading. Well, this hasn't happened to me in a while. Lift both on top. Absolutely punished. He even drew the Gate Colossus. We'll probably, hopefully not have to, but we'll probably Sky Tether a Frenzied Airings or something if he plays it here. I'd prefer to, yeah. I'd prefer to be able to use all my mana and do an Ill-Gotten Inheritance. And a Tin Street Dodger. There's a Vampire. He can block this only. Could Dagger Caster kill that and be able to block that. Oh wait, I can't Dagger Caster. Took my red mana away. Gate Colossus, we need some mana for. If I play this, I'm taking 4, 5, 6, 7, possibly 8, 9, 10 down to 5, and then getting back 1 life up to 6, and then still kind of in a bad position. I think I'll play the Vampire here. He'll either prevent yeah, he'll probably prevent 3 damage either way. What it does, okay, looks like he's got the Colossus. So I'll just block the biggest thing that's reasonable to block, force him to use it here. So it pumps this into +4/+2. That would be a 6/5. So 3 would trample over would be 7, 8 damage, putting me to 7. Oh, let's keep the strength instead. Okay. Did I show? I showed him the pump of Rakdos Trumpeter. That was the only red card. But when you, this is a good strategy in general. When you have a land destruction spell, you should try and use it on the most unique land that they have. So I had double white, double black, but I only had a single red, so he chose to kill the red, which is perfectly reasonable. I can use my Footlight Fiend to, like, jump and kill a Tin Street Dodger or something here if I absolutely need to. Another card that'd be great with a Blade Brand. Pick off 2 things. What, Footlight Fiend makes a crazy loud noise when he enters battlefield? That's one thing I could adjust, is I think my sound levels are balanced amongst themselves relatively decently. They're just not terribly well balanced, possibly, for a stream. This Gorklan record gonna wreck me. I could just take the 3 here. I think I will. Take the 3, giving myself the out to block a Gorklan Wrecker. If I draw a 5th land, which I did. Play the Orzhov Racketeers. So ideally, I block Gorklan Wrecker with Racketeers and Footlight Fiend. Maybe he kills both, maybe he doesn't. And I Just don't die. That's kind of the game plan here. This does still kill a Gore Clan Wrecker through a Colossus, although do I die? That'd be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it'd be lethal. So hopefully he doesn't have a Colossus. Or Scorch Mark or any of that other shenanigans. He could just make Tin Street Dodger unblockable, except by defend. Now he's going for it. Okay, we're double blocking. If he has a pump spell, probably dead. He's going to put Racketeers first. He could choose to not kill Footlight Fiend if he wants. Looks like we're going to damage. He's assigning the damage. We're in the... Okay, no, he went for it. Let's kill off the Dodger. Okay, a land lets us gate Colossus, which will make me a lot more comfortable, because my opponent has shown me some big-ish creatures. And... okay, there goes the spirits. Okay. Colossus, you, please don't active treason me. Hopefully that'll hold the ground for a while we start inheriting things. Rhythm of the Wild. Love to see it. There's even a Grotesque Demise. Alright, let's start inheriting. Inheriting the earth. Nikia, that's whatever. And in fact, kind of a relief, because I know now he can't cast non-creature spells so long as that thing's in play. Block. Two. Okay, if he had a skewer, I would have been dead. He didn't have it. Oh, now we have the both halves of the combo. We're at 3. So we're alive through one creature. And if we can untap at 5 life with a Grotesque Demise up, I'll feel pretty safe. Sure. Give it haste. Can put me down to 1 again. Please don't kill me. Oh god, we're alive. Do I have a red source that can end battlefield untapped? Technically, yes. Okay, this is a little costly, but we can use it if needed. We can crack a Ill-Gotten Inheritance now. I think we're okay. I think we're going to live. What I may do is end of turn Grotesque Demise my opponent's Rebel Slinger, so I can actually start attacking with Gate Colossus. Jeez. Well, Gate Colossus is still bigger than that sucker. Technically, not quite true. Don't really want to pay 5 life for final payment. What I could do is drain him with one of these. I'm gonna have to final payment this thing at some point. I think I will. I could sack the Inheritance for the final payment because you can sacrifice a creature and enchantment, or I could just sack the Inheritance for life. I guess I'll just sack the Inheritance for the final payment. Maybe I'll just draw Consign the Pit instead and not have to worry about it. Or a cheap creature I can sacrifice. There's my red mana. And it's a gate. Oops, Zid. What I could do is just let this trade happen. Grotesque Demise this. Play the Gateway Plaza after he's dead to return him from the the battle, or returning from the graveyard to the top of my library. I think that's probably the best play. And then I can have Dagger Caster and Blade Brand available after that. Lock here. I guess I'll customize this thing. If he had the combat trick there, he gets me pretty good. Okay. And there's even Teysa as a play I can make right now. It's a decent chump blocker. Pay for the gate. Put Gate Colossus back on top. We're laughing. Now we have the Dagger Caster Blade Brand combo. Got him. Opponent's deck was pretty good. I don't think they played it perfectly, and we managed to survive. Yeah, we'll keep this. This is another 5-mana Gate Colossus. We got 2 removal spells. Let's do it. Oh, have fun at the Career Expo. Yeah, the draft is going decently so far. I think we'll do just fine. There's a Soulform Hybrid. I guess I'll get the Gateway Plaza down now, because it's highly obnoxious land in general, and get it down early is a good idea. Zertog Goblin. Is my opponent stuck on 2 lands? It appears that he is. Could play a Trumpeters to block this thing, and or eat a combat trick. And an Orzhov Guildgate. Or I could just play a land and go customize the Zertog Goblin. I think I like that more. And then next turn I could play Trumpeters to block with Final Payment available. Although if I do that, that means old Gate Colossus comes down a turn later. Unless I draw an untapped land? Because Gate Colossus is 6 right now. This Guildgate will make him 5 mana, and then the untapped land will make him good to go. I think we'll just play the Guildgate here and the Trumpeter, so that I have 2 5-drops plays available in subsequent turns afterwards. So I don't have the Final Payment available, so I can't 2-for-1 my opponent if he goes for a combat trick after blocking Soulform Hybrid. Guessing he doesn't have a trick, or unless he has exactly the first strike trick. Could still attack me. Yeah. So now I get to be the beatdown and play Gate Colossus and start hitting him over a 3-turn clock. And again, have to be... The only way I could lose probably from here is active treason related. Make sure you pay your red mana. Or not. I'll attack with both, and then follow up with a Racketeers. Can't even block the Gate Colossus at all. He probably wants to, but he can't. Yeah, it's all this racket. I like this art style. Is this, oh, it's David Palumbo. I thought it might be Tessa, I want to say? But it's sort of almost photorealistic. I like it. Clearly racketeering somebody. Weird place for a photograph, just above the lamp, or a portrait, but you know, you gotta decorate the walls somehow. Door is quite wide. Gatebreaker Ram. Oh, he's got his own gate shenanigans, does he? I think I'm gonna final payment, paying life. Could sacrifice the trumpeter. Nah, I'll pay 5 life. Final payment, Gatebreaker Ram, attack him with everything, and then could carnage him, even if he doesn't just straight die here. Because I have Gate Colossus, which can't block at all, and then 2 creatures that can have 3 power. So this should probably do it. Don't even have to show him Carnage. Crunch! I turned the corner pretty fast on him. Getting stuck on 2 and then 3 lands. Kind of a rough go of it. Another Gruul deck. Could bring in second Consign of the Pit again if I want to. Yeah, the 3 toughness 2-drop, which is kind of annoying. Poor 10th District Veteran, you're so bad. Let's cut 10th District Veteran for a second Consign of the Pit. Give that a shot. Well, we got Footlight Fiend Blade Brand, which is a nice combination. I'll go ahead and keep this. What I might do, I could probably just play him. Don't want him to die until my opponent's played 2 creatures for me to kill with him. Take my 2 here. Hopefully he doesn't have like some crazy spectacle play with his black mana out of nowhere. Oh man, he does. Hopefully, well, I can't Rakdos Fire Wheeler me here. Tin Street Dodger, okay. Can't be blocked. I wonder if he attacks me with anything at all. He does. Block here. Try and Blade Brand our Footlight Fiend. Hopefully this goes as planned. I think if he had a Scorch Mark, he would have done it already. Because, at least on appearances, it seems like Footlight Fiend can kill Blade Juggler. Okay, so I get to kill 2 things here. Kill the Blade Juggler, and I get to kill the Territorial Boar. Pretty good turn. Then we'll play a Vindictive Vampire into Orzhov Racketeers. Hopefully be able to block some of his other stuff. The fact that he spent his 4th turn playing a 10th Street Dodger and giving it pseudo-unblockable means probably doing okay. Oh, we're drawing the gates. A little late for them. Play the Vampire. He can pump Gravelhide Goblin, so that's a 4-3. Can't really block him. And he can do both. He can pump it and... Nice, can kill that? No. I'll take 3 here. There's the Blood Crypt. Play the Racketeers. Racketeers can now block Gravelhide Goblin. And then we'll play back-to-back gates, and hopefully win this sucker. Don't have any defenders to block 10th Street Dodger with. Changing spot. Oh, definitely slammed the block. He looks like he has a 6-mana play here. Okay, don't know what that's all about. Play the Rakdos Guildgate. Play a Trumpeter. And I guess I'll just attack with the Flyers. If he chooses, nothing can block here anyway. The only way this gets punished if he plays a big haste thing that I would have preferred to chump with a Spirit rather than the Trumpeter. I think he's got all the colors of the rainbow. Oh, looks like he's looking at my graveyard. Yeah, he's got a Macabre Mockery. Well, I guess I'll just chump the Racketeers rather than have to discard. I could just let it discard, but I don't want to take the 5. Yeah, especially now that he's got an unblockable guy and he'll have 2 spirits. I'll just discard the Blood Crypt. He doesn't help nothing. Oh wait, there's no discarding. Now there's a Syndicate Messenger. Okay, we're just gonna play... I guess we'll just play our Orzhov Guildgate. Now we can play Colossus, and we'll just block these spirits. And attack him back fairly quickly here. I need to do 1 more point than the than just 2 attacks from the Gate Colossus. He's not looking at my Gate Colossus yet, so hopefully that means no active treason. He could have get the point or something like that. How is he doing in Electro Dominance? He's got 6. He could do an Electro Dominance for 6. I'm just blocking the spirits. Got 10. Active Treason is not lethal. Puts me to 1. Play this Syndicate Messenger and the Blood Crypt. So now we just hit him with both these creatures and hopefully he's dead. Another not super impressive showing by Macabre Mockery. Good. Something like a Mammoth Spider would be obnoxious, or even the 2/3 with reach. Are you dead or what, bud? Oh. Oof, Wrecking Beast. Well. You can make that a 7/7 and double block the Gate Colossus. Actually, that won't even work, because the 10th Street Dodger can't block it. But he did put a counter on him. Okay, so he's consigning Wrecking Beast to death. Because Wrecking Beast has to chump here. And I have to attack with Syndicate Messenger to make it so the Wrecking Beast has to chump. And now I am dead to an act of treason. So fingers crossed he doesn't have it. Doesn't seem to. Electro Dominance for 6, still alive there. Only has 1 card in hand. And I held onto this Guild Gate in case he kills the Gate Colossus. Oh, there's even a Dagger caster. GG's. Looks like a GG. Good old Gate Colossus carrying me through many a mediocre draft, which this certainly qualifies as. I'm going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with some more Ravnica Allegiance draft action. See you soon. Dagger brand or bust is how I felt about it. We haven't assembled that combo yet. I think we had an opportunity to, but it was stolen from us. Well, this hand's a little bit sketchy. Twilight Panther, he'll bring it all together, right? We have to be somewhat sparing in the creature we choose to trade this Twilight Panther for. We'll keep this though. Well, there's the... We have the full combo. We just need the red mana and 6 mana in general. Soria's Guild Gate. Oh, he's got a lot of gates, it would seem. So we're well on our way to Gate Colossus. We just need... So right now Gate Colossus is 6. One more... No, probably... My opponent's stuck on 2 lands. That's good for me. Means I can probably just trade kitty cats off. Twilight Panther for his Caracal. Both cats. It's really Caretaker? I think we'll be able to assemble the full combo. I'll probably just attack with the Scope of Vampire next turn. Oh, Gyre Engineer. Well, if I find a red mana, I'll probably just slam Dagger Caster immediately. Well, there it is a turn late. I'll attack with both. Play the Plaza. Now we just need any land to Dagger Caster Blade Brand my opponent, and I'll probably just do that because he hasn't done anything with his mana so far. He has access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I think this could be a Frilled Mystic, as sketchy as that seems. Guess I'll just attack, and then I'll play a Orzhov Racketeers rather than the Grasping Thrall. I'm assuming this is getting Frilled Mystic did, but I'd sooner that occur than my Dagger Caster get countered. If my opponent trades for either of my creatures... Oh. He's trading off the Caretaker. So that'll actually reduce how much mana he has? Oh, he's Stony Strengthening him? He can still Frilled Mystic me here. Guess I'd rather Blade Brand be the thing that gets countered than the Racketeers. Didn't draw land, unfortunately. Say go. So now he's actually down a mana. Grew a Locket. And a Gravebreaker Ram, okay. Oh, I'd still probably go ahead and Blade Brand here if I draw my 6th land. There's Teysa. I think I'll just Gate Colossus here. Another one. Okay. More glorious things to Dagger Caster Blade Brand. Here I think I'll play Teysa Karlov and Footlight Fiend. Opponent's got access to 6 mana. Really hope he doesn't disrupt this combo. Guess I'll start the Vindictive Vampire train rolling. Still pretty confident he might have a Frilled Mystic, but we'll see. Meanwhile, I'm pretty confident I can just litter the board with stuff, and he can never really punish me, because he doesn't have access to the black he would need for Kaya's Wrath. There's my 6th mana. I think I could just keep filling the board. Play another Vindictive Vampire. So now, Teysa Karlov and these double Vindictive Vampires are pretty gnarly. Just tap out, fella. Just tap out. Still has access to 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. And still, in fact, has access to Frilled Mystic if he has it. Oh, what? Yeah. I would be very surprised if he alpha'd there. Take 1. Tap out, please. No? Refuses? Okay, we're just going to Grasping Thrall now. Maybe this gets countered. There's the Frilled Mystic. Alright. So now he'll stop holding up mana, presumably, maybe even commit more things to the board. And we get to finally Dagger Caster Blade Brand him. Just commit more to the board, please. Hit me for another 1 in the air. He could do his own Daggercaster Blade Brand thing here if he really wanted to. There's the light of the stage. There's his Gate Colossus and a land. Can he Gate Colossus me? He's got lots of gates. Yes, he can. And a Wayfinder. Gate Colossus is 4 mana, so he can still do it and have a single mana open, which I'm perfectly alright casting the combo into. He's putting a Guildgate on top? I guess he'll be able to get back his Gate Colossus, except he's going to be dead, because I'm going to do this and then hit him for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. In addition to the point he'll take from the Dagger Caster. Goodbye, friend of Hagrid. Boom! Hitcha. Yeah, that was a sweet one. My opponent's deck is interesting. I'll say that much. He has the double. He's obviously Gate Colossus of his own, a double of the stinking cheap. So that's something to worry about. Again, we'll cut the poor 10th District veteran. Exposed to Daylight destroys artifacts. I don't really want to destroy Gate Colossuses so much as exile them, but I don't have that option. He showed me a Locket and a Gate Colossus. I think just bringing in the Consign of the Pits is fine. Blade Brand is great, Carnival's great, Sky Tether. Yeah, let's keep it all. I keep all that. We cut a card, we did. Could we just cut something crappy like Trumpeter for Exposed to Daylight? I have one answer to one Gate Colossus or an early Locket that he's depending upon. Yeah, we can keep this, I think. We got our gate start as well. Trying to be exposed to daylight that early, a little obnoxious. Let's play the Gateway Plaza. So his sheep will already be a 4/4. If he has one here, he does. Super obnoxious. Just play the vampire. Take my hit for 4. If he plays a Locket here, I'll actually kill it on my upkeep. He does not. It's got a Summary Judgment and a land. Well, let's not give him a target for Summary Judgment, shall we? Crappy. I think we'll just... Let's go to my main phase. I think we'll just play the Footlight Fiend. We can actually somewhat disrupt a double block on Gatebreaker Ram here by not killing the Footlight Fiend. I'm still going to do it, and he'll think he's clever by not killing the Footlight Fiend, and then we'll just Carnage it afterward. Or Carnival it, I should say. Now, you put the Footlight Fiend first. Well, we can still kill it if he kills all my stuff, because it's 5, 6 damage. We'll kill the Gatebreaker Ram with the Locket on the stack. And actually, we'll stop in my upkeep and kill the Locket. Because I want to get the Scry 1 in my upkeep before my draw step to try and find myself a land. Yeah, like we don't want this 4-drop. We'll get a little punished if my opponent plays a Gate Colossus now. There's another Ram. Okay, we're 2 lands away from consigning that to a pit. And what's Stillhand Wayfinder going to bring us? A Gate Colossus. Well, I guess we have to consign that to the pit instead. Let's play the Racketeers. Snap block here. See ourselves a Colossus. Play our own Colossus, because he can at least prevent the Gatebreaker Ram from attacking. I think no attack, so I might need these spirits to chump. That is not a gate. And he already played his land, so that trade's fine. There's no more sheep, and please don't counter this. He doesn't have double blue, okay. And we'll hit him for 2. And a gate will put a... Oh, oh no! For Genesis to get 2 gates Breaker Rams back, eh? Yikes. Now you can deploy both, and they're both huge. Okay, as long as he... Actually, these both have trample. Yeah, we're just dead. Guess we'll... Blade Brand here. I've got a Grasping Thrall. Could play that, go up to 10, and then I have 3, 4, 5 toughness against 14. Yeah, we die. Alright. The regenerating sheep. How am I gonna beat these damn sheep? My own Gate Colossus is basically the best card I've got. Grotesque Demise didn't look very good, did it? Sky Tether, 2 Consign of the Pits. Tether's transport is smaller than the sheep in almost every situation. Excuse me, if I had more Death Touch guys, I would think about my own Dead Revels. I don't have the one. I think we just got a jam. Yeah, keep this. Well, we've got the red mana for the Blade Brand combo. We need the Dagger caster. His sheep are already 4/4s if he plays one, so Grotesque Demise, again, not looking good, but we have the final payment this time. I will just final payment a sheep end of turn if he plays one here. Because I want to deploy an Ill-Gotten Inheritance with an empty board. There's my Gate Colossus, who will come down relatively soon. Gyre Engineer, which we can Grotesque Demise. Yeah, I think I'll just do that. And then we get to play our Gate Colossus and start crunching. Wayfinders, whatever. What's he got on top? A Mammoth Spider. That's no big deal. There's Teysa. Well, maybe she'll come in handy later, maybe. His Gate Colossus he could also cast. I assume... Screaming Shield. Okay, not worried about that. Is he gonna try and mill me out from here? Screaming Shield, huh? Hit you for 8. Play a Teysa. And my opponent is dead to Gate Colossus and or Ill-Gotten Inheritance next turn. Is he gonna mill me end of turn? It's 3 mana, it doesn't even have it. Oh, he does, it's 2 mana. Okay, my bad. Here goes a Gate and a Blade Brand and a land. Syndicate Messenger. So he's dead on board? Okay. Luckily we killed that sheep, basically. Another game stolen by the earlier Gate Colossus. Oh, I don't want to concede. I don't know why the Screaming Shield is in my opponent's deck. Thank you, Gate Colossus. Definitely the card of the format for me so far. Won me a lot of games. Bellowing Aegisaur. Alright. Okay, we got our gems back. And we rare drafted a Blood Crypt, and we'll get through packs, so no complaints about this draft, I guess. Gonna mull this. Now I've got complaints. Ooh. I do have several cheap creatures here. And the ability to cycle. I think I keep the 2-lander here. Gulp. Or the 1-lander, I guess. 1-lander plus Scry. Gateway Plaza. Hey, there's a gate. We're playing Magic. We can interact. Drawing more lands, it's good. We'll just go ahead and play the Orator. Maybe he'll die, maybe he won't. Zip. Zappy zip. Right. What do you got for 4 mana? Okay. Let's play the Vampire. It's possible we'll need to do a Rakdos Trumpet or Bladebrand thing soon. And if my opponent displays a creature, gives it haste, and attacks with it or something, this thing will deal more damage than the Ill-Gotten Inheritance would've. So this is going to be a 4/4? No, it's Ride and Haste, so it's a 3/3 with haste. And light up the stage, revealing Incubation, Incongruity, and Flames the Raise Boar, which he'll need a land in order to cast. I'll just play another Vampire and attack, because a double block doesn't work if my opponent plays an untapped land. Or an Incongruity for that matter. Kinda wouldn't mind if he Incongruitied one of my Vampires. He's Incubationing. Okay, he doesn't have the 6 lands, so no flames. Oh, now he's got a Spikeable Acrobat? Yikes. I'll just trade for that, if he gives it haste. Looks like he's going for the counter, okay. This thing gets exiled now. There's Teysa. I think I'll just play her. I can do Teysa plus a Vindictive Vampire on the Spikeable Acrobat. Or I can just do double Vampire on the Gore Clan Wrecker. Get blown out a lot by first strike. Could just take this 6, but then take 6, go to 8. Yeah, maybe I just take the 6. I want to play a Rakdos Trumpeter and like Final Payment using it. Oh, that sucks. I think this is going. I think the Trumpeter is going. Keep the 2 things that can kill my opponent's creatures. Guess I'll just play Viscopa Vampire. Viscopa Vampire can trade straight up. Gave me a lot of life in the process. I'm a point short of a Electro Dominance just killing me. Block here. I think we'll just triple block there. Yeah, drain you for 6. And gain a lot of life. I'm at 14. This is a 1-lander, by the way. Scuttleygator. It's got a counter so it can attack. Could spend 5 life to kill this and attack for 4, down to 8. think I may do that. I could also just Blade Brand here on whatever blocks and still have final payment available. I think I like this more. Pretty sure my opponent has to stay on defense. Fortunately means my Grotesquemize is going to be pretty bad, because it's hard to find a creature. Okay. Maybe for 2? There's no real way to sacrifice it. That's 7. So you can fight. Okay. Now, if he goes land and plays the 7-drop, I could be dead, so I think I'll just attack with Vindictive Vampire only. Rubble Slinger. That I can Grotesquemize no matter what. Just about. Save a pump spell. Stony Strength. Gross. I just need a couple more creatures to croak here. One's quite close to death. Could attack with both. Probably blocks the Vindictive Vampire, and I get no triggers. I think I'll say go. Block here. Blade Brand. That'll drain him for 2. Down to 4. Now we have a Footlight Fiend. That's another 2 points of damage. Is it 4? Old Vindictive Vampire survives. Okay, now I think I've got him. Because Footlight Fiend, as mentioned, is 2 damage. Unless he Scorch Marks Footlight Fiend. No! Ah! Friendly Darings. Big scary lad. Just give me a Grasping Thrall one time, please. Okay, there goes my one time. Thank you, deck. Alright, opponent's deck, not too bad. Has some Scorch Marks and the like. Good old Consign to the Pit coming back in. Good old 10th District Veteran coming back out. I should probably just make that a permanent change, because 10th District Veteran has been real bad. That ought to do it. Assume he'll take the play. Oh, we've got the combo, got the red mana. I have 2 removal spells. I think we'll keep. We just have to stay alive long enough to assemble a combo. I'll get our Gateway Plaza out now. Does he have a rhythm? No, he's just got a crappy old rubble slinger. I think I'll play it. Orzhov Guildgate now. We just need one more land to have our 6. And we just need to not take too much damage before we can get to 6 mana. Taking 2 here. I'll probably go ahead and final payment of Frenzied Airings if he plays one end of turn here. Spikeable Acrobat. Also probably have to final payment. I'm already at 13. Take an additional 2 down to 11. Unless I draw... Oh, Ilgun Inheritance. Perfect draw there. Allow me to buoy my life total up a little bit while I get to 6 mana. If he goes for a haste creature of any kind, Clamorsham, I'm not too worried about that. Back to 12. Okay, we got our 6th land, so we'll just play the Guildgate. Let's go. Not a lot of ways for him to interact with the Dagger caster combo at instant speed unless he plays a larger creature with a counter on it here that he can fight the Dagger caster at instant speed. That does not qualify. I think we'll do the combo now. Whenever someone's got full control and they play a Dagger caster, you should be very, very alarmed. Oh, and there's Gate Colossus as a follow-up. He did show me an act of treason last game. Frenzied Airings. Okay. If he active treasons Gate Colossus, I just die on the spot. I'm just going to consign this thing to the pit. Hit him for 2. That's good. Makes me even more suspicious that he might have an act of treason in his hand. This guy's only 4 mana. Crazy. I think I'll play Syndicate Messenger. Maybe if I play a land, I can Gate Colossus and Vizkopa Vampire in the same turn. Let's get a double Scorchmark Syndicate Messenger. Ah, well, I'm glad I waited on the Vizkopa Vampire. Scorchmark should, in theory, be good against me. Oh, there goes some of my cards. I think I'm just going to cycle Blade Brand here. Oh, there's Orzhov Racketeers. Probably a Sky Tether. Maybe Gate Colossus, because I think at this point I can just get him back, and I was worried about Act of Treason being the last card in my opponent's hand. This is only 7 mana. We'll just play Racketeers. Hold on to this land in case he Act of Treasons my Racketeers and I need to discard something. He's used all his Scorch Marks, probably. GG's, beating another Gruul deck with 1 Death Touch creature and some Consign of the Pits. I think I'm just gonna do that 10th District guy out right now and just put the 6-drop removal in. Obviously I'm gonna get punished by a low-to-the-ground Rakdos deck in the final game, but undefeated so far, 1 game loss. got the Halo 1 soundtrack going here. It's either Halo 1, 2, or 3 that I have right now. I might try Halo 2. This sounds a little too MIDI. Low resolution audio, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and play first. Not completely punished. Single white will access these 2 removal spells. I think that should be fine. This is not a gate, which is unfortunate for our Gate Colossus, but it is our red mana. 4 will yield Dagger Caster or Carnage. I think this is okay. And my opponent's mulling. I think I've played against D-Wizard a few times. There's probably a few folks like me who are just riding the Ravnica Allegiance drafts, because clearly it's possible to sustain a pretty high win percentage against the field. Think about final paymenting something here. No. What would I more like to resolve? Probably the Syndicate Messenger, so I'll just play the Vindictive Vampire. No counterspell yet. Doesn't have Frilled Mystic. Zagana? Okay. Oh, she's not that scary. She's just a 4/4. She can adapt 4 at some point and give her creatures with counters on them trample. But all things considered, not too scary. We'll just play the Syndicate Messenger and say go. Double blocking doesn't seem very good. Nice Trollbred Guardian. All the potential tramples. My opponent's creatures are very good so far. Both of them can give creatures she controls, or he controls, or it controls a counter. I think I'm just going to Sky Tether. Well, I could just play Orzo Racketeers and hit my opponent for 2. Next turn we'll use 2 removal spells. And maybe this will incite an attack, which will allow us to rack it in there. This can be hit me for 7. This thing, you need a land in order to hit me for 8. So we'll be able to turn the corner pretty fast on me. But again, we have triple removal spell, so hopefully we'll survive. One thing to keep in mind with Sky Tether is when my opponent's playing blue, and blue-green in fact, there's lots of bounce spells potentially available. Red mana. I assume an attack is happening. So eyeballing that Racketeers quite a bit, and eyeballing the Vindictive Vampire. Doesn't look like there's going to be a way for them to interact with my stuff and do an adapt here, but maybe. Ideally, he attacks the Trollbred, leaves back Zagana to block, and then I kill Zagana with final payment. And then I can get in with a Racketeer's hit or something. Are you going to adapt? Hit me for 7. No. Territorial Board. You could have counterspell available here. Well, I think I'm going to play Teysa and hold up Sky Tether mana. This might get countered. Nope, not even close. I guess this would be a 8/8 trample, this would be a 7/7 trample. This he has to at least commit to trampling, at least commit to the adapt, so I'm just going to Sky Tether the Trollbred Guardian, and I'm going to go for no attacks. He might not attack either. If I can untap with access to these removal spells, again, I'll feel pretty confident. One thing I have to worry about is potentially Rumbling Ruin for the red splash. Could be other stuff, Planeswalkers, things like that. Racketeers is now worth more dead than alive because of the Vindictive Vampire and Teysa Karlov. Kind of want to use Final Payment this turn. I think I'll go ahead and attack with a Messenger and see how that goes. I assume we're adapting Zagana here. Yes. So what I could do is Final Payment her here. I think I will. I'm going to sacrifice Racketeers. What's going on here? I want to make sure this works right. Oh, I should let the... Actually, I should let the stupid adapt resolve so that the goop doesn't last forever. What? I wanted to kill that end of turn. I wanted to let it resolve and then kill it. That sucks. Now if this gets countered, I could be in a lot of trouble. Guess I should have just finished off the casting. Like I might go from easily winning the game to losing it on that play if my opponent has a counterspell or some other way to interact with things here. I wonder if my opponent will take for 8. Yeah, looks like it. Looks like the afterlife stuff is resolved. See the counterspell? I can play for Quench. If he has a Frilled Mystic, that hurts. Yeah. Well, it's either... I guess it was either the... either that spell getting countered, or the other one. Go for no blocks. If he has Quench for my Consign to the Pit, then I could be very dead. No. Gain 4 life back. Go for 6. Crunch. So we know about Frilled Mystic, I guess. It's the only instant speed trick he's shown so far. Don't know what the red is for. What would I splash red for? Domri. Like the mythic red-green fight guy. Maybe splash red for like a Savage Smash. I would splash red for Thrash Threat. Yeah, there's quite a few things. Most of them are rares, so fingers crossed he doesn't draw it or doesn't crunch me. Or I'd probably still splash red for like Skewer the Critics too. If I had double Cruel Guildgate, certainly. Opponent's kind of in a rough spot here because I have 6 flying attackers. And if he kills any of them, I'll drain him twice. Opponent's creatures are awful big. This thing could be a 7/7 trampler, and this thing could be an 8/8 trampler. Galloping Lizard. Oh, geez. With no counters to take. I see. This thing can also be quite big. And trample. And we can play Gate Colossus this turn as well. I'm just going to attack him with all the flyers. If he kills Vindictive Vampire and one of my flyers, then he can survive this turn. Because just one or the other is not going to do it. Gigantic stuff. And I won't show him any of this other stuff if I don't. Gotta. Okay, that would prevent it from dying. Nicely done. I'll just play an Impassioned Orator. And I guess I'll play the Guildgate just in case. I like playing the bells whenever you play the Guildgate. What's the flavor text? In times of unrest, the crowd is eager for the comfort of strong convictions. Good flavor. What about this guy? In theory, the Guild Pack keeps guild feuds from spiraling out of control. Personal feuds, however, are not covered. I see. She's chasing someone down and stabbing people. Nice. We got there. Opponent's creatures are gigantic, as per usual. We've already main decked against our gigantic creatures, so let's go. We have to use Bladebrand on various things. Just gotta stay alive and not get completely run over or have our crucial removal spell countered by Frilled Mystic. Surprising, Teysa Karlov has been surprisingly good in my deck. Mostly because I tried to make her good, because she's a back one pick one. Got the Afterlife, got a double Vindictive Vampire. Yeah, she's been decent. My opponent's Galloping Lizrog can easily be much bigger than my Gate Colossus. Luckily we have Twilight Panther, Bladebrand. I think we can keep this even though the 6 and the 8 are going to slow things down a lot. But Twilight Panther will buy us a bunch of time. I prefer to... Okay, my opponent doesn't have the Territorial Boar. I was going to say, if he... Oh, good. Another 6-drop. If my opponent had the Territorial Boar there, I would like to wait until I have this Copa Vampire out to trade with it rather than the Twilight Panther. If my opponent plays like an Aeromunculus here... Okay, this is Cynic Locker, that's fine. If he had an Aeromunculus, I could be in a lot of trouble. I think I'm just going to cycle Bladebrand right now. Oof. Didn't hit another land. Drawing the multiple 6-drops. Right, we drew an additional 6-drop and 2 5s. Means we're going to be a fair bit behind. My opponent showed a Scorch Mark. That's one of the things he's splashing red for. So he could easily answer this Twilight Panther with that, maybe. Rubble Slinger, sure. Brought that in to block my spirits, I guess. There's a final payment. I have to discard here. Probably discard the Gate Colossus, because I can get him back whenever I want. And presumably I'll need to play a Gate in order to cast him. And we'll just hold up that touch and the final payment. Don't think I'll trade Twilight Panther for Rubble Slinger. Again, Viscopa Vampire can do that duty. If my opponent plays a Trollbred Slinger or something end of turn, I will final payment that. Galloping Lizrog is just a 3/3. I guess I'll just let the 3/3 go. Come on, deck. Discard a Sign of the Pit. Here I'll trade Twilight Panther for Lizrog. Yeah. Just gonna bounce it? Oh, nice. Reduce the power. He can still Frilled Mystic my next play. If I even draw land to deploy said Viscopa Vampire. So I might just be dead. Maybe Orator. Can't even block anything. Let's play it. Frilled Mystics that. Hits me for 3, no, 6, 7, 8, 9, no. Yeah, I didn't even bother countering the Orator because it can't even block anything right now anyway. So I'll, yeah, take my hit here for 7. If he lowers the shields for a turn and plays something big-ish... Oh. So we play that. I will decline to put Gate Colossus back on top of my library. I can final payment this, sacrificing the Orator. I could just block here. And this is 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I guess I'll go for that play. Basically the block and sacrifice. Hoping to bait him into the Zagana ult to kill me. Actually, it doesn't even have to. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. But I guess if I block here, then the Zagana ult again will be lethal. Yeah. So block here. Hope he goes for Zagana. Adapt. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't even do it. I'm almost certain he has a Frilled Mystic in his hand. And we're going to go ahead and get to game 3. Oh, it's just got a Skewer. That's well, at least we still got some more information. Skewer and Scorch Marker is what he's splashing red for, so far as we're aware. All right, just need a few more lands this time. Oh, we need a lot more lands. I think we'll play first. Oh, come on, Dick. We can keep this. Bottom any non-land here. Okay. Grotesque Demise hasn't been great against what my opponent plays. I think we'll just demise this boar. I wish I had Demise there instead. We're gonna kill the Gyre Engineer. Now we're kind of hooped on removal spells for a while. Design a Wayfinder, put a land on top, I presume. The sweet Halo epic music. Okay, it's Guildgate. Okay, we got our 4th land first. Let's play the Syndicate Messenger, start trying to clock him in the skies. Hey, Stone Life, how's it going? What do you got? There's a Rakdos Guildgate. Okay, let's just attack for 2 and play our Vindictive Vampire and our Guildgate. Not too bad, we're 4-0 in this draft. We're down 1 game in game 3 here. Fairy Duelist block, that's fine. It says, oops. Okay. Let's play the Vindictive Vampire. My opponent's got a pretty sweet deck. We did manage to steal a game from him. And unfortunately, last game, we just didn't do anything. If my opponent does nothing here, it's, again, screaming Frilled Mystic to me. I'll make him choke on his mana. Yeah, that's a Frilled Mystic if I've ever seen one. I guess I'll raise 2 against 1 against, yeah, 2 against 1. I'll just play my land and say go. He might just deploy the Frilled Mystic regardless. No, I'm just gonna sit on it. So basically, I'm removing 4 of my opponent's mana by not giving him an opportunity to cast the 4 mana spell that he wants to hold up this whole time. And I'm winning the race right now because I'm on a 13 turn clock and he is on a 8 or 9 turn clock. I'll keep holding up that Frilled Mystic, apparently. If my opponent has Frilled Mystic and Thought Collapse, we could at some point get a little punished. Or if he just plays, no, maybe if he gets the 7 mana, he can Scorch Mark my Vindictive Vampire and then attack, and then things change a little bit. I think I'll just hold this Orzhov Guildgate. Can already play around Quench. Oh, okay. Use the Gift of Strength. I have to remove this song from my playlist.
1. Not having to watch that step all the time. 2.
Alright, I'm no longer really winning the race. Frilled Mystic Battle. I'll play this land. Eventually I'll, like, almost anything I can draw could make my opponent Frilled Mystic me. I want this Grasping Thrall to resolve. I want both these cards to resolve. I don't want to trade them for his Frilled Mystic, basically. Or not even trade them. That's the worst part. He gets a 3/2, regardless. Okay, he's reaching the point where he can still hold up a lot of mana. Now, Carnival Carnage is interesting. I think that would entice him to finally use the Frilled Mystic. Possibly. What's he got? Is he finally tapping below Frilled Mystic mana? Nope. And he's even full control casting to make sure he can. Oh, he's got a Gatebreaker Ram. Oh, that's pretty big. Alright. We're going to go for our Carnival Carnage, which he'll probably counter. And then we can resolve one of our 5-drops. Gate Colossus or Grasping Thrall. Probably Gate Colossus, given the 7/7 on the opposing side of the battlefield. It's very dedicated to not countering things if he just lets this go. That's what I thought. If he has a second Frilled Mystic and can counter my Consign to the Pit, then we're in trouble. He showed me Gift of Strength, game 1. I don't think I need to worry about multi-blocking the Gatebreaker Ram. He showed me this Gift of Strength, basically. I've only ever seen Scorchmark, Gift of Strength, and stuff like that. He could kill Gate Colossus for good if he... Oh, he's just gonna bounce it. Okay. Oh, something else? If he bounces too many more things, like my Vindictive Vampire, for instance, could be in a bit of trouble. I think I'm just going to chump here, take 11, go to 2. Do I have 10 mana? I might need 10 mana in order to cast 2 5-drops here, or another gate. And an Incubation Druid, which can grow... oh, okay, we do have the 10 mana. With 2 5-drops even do it. Play this, block here, go to 4, we block here, we die. Now, that bounce spell was beating. Let's get our 5th win in the last match. I think we can keep this. No white mana yet, but no white spells to worry about not being able to cast. Gotta Grotesquemize. I guess I'll just play the Footlight Fiend. Maybe get in for another point or 2 of damage rather than wait on the Guild Gate. Okay. Blade Brand and Footlight Fiend are a combo, but that's also the full combo with Dagger Caster. So maybe I'll wait on doing anything there. I think I'm just going to Grotesquemize Orzhov, Enforcer. Hit my opponent for 1. I look like a Rakdos deck right now. But little does he know that I'm in fact Orzhov all the way. Let's go Catacomb Croc. Not a very decent 5-drop, but not a super aggressive one, at least. Oh no! That's not good for me. That is very bad for me. might need this Blade Brand. Oy, oy. I'm definitely bringing in my enchantment removal post-board. Like the vampires. So my opponent can start making 2/2 spirits with every creature of mine that's dead. Okay. And he's also going to revenge. Interesting. Guess I'll go to 4. What's at 36? Practice Trumpeter can chump. That Ethereal Absolution is a real pain. Not so worried about Revival Revenge. This card's pretty bad. So now my opponent can make a Spirit end of turn. No, he's gonna make a 3/3 Impassioned Orator. Okay. Ugh. Oh wait, that thing just dies. Derp. Well, it's kind of gonna die regardless. He can still make a Spirit. I chump. I get hit for 6. I get hit for 5 down to 1. I think we're just gonna go to the next game. Gonna bring in double enchantment removal sideboard card. Get those both in here. I don't think the second Consign of the Pit is necessary in this case. Do like the Blade Brands, do like the Grotesquemize, the Inheritances. Carnival Carnage, probably good. Maybe you'll be able to pick off the thing before he even casts it. I'll just cut the Trumpeter, and we're actually going to take the draw, I think. I think it's an Orzhov Mirror. Yeah, I'll keep this. And he already mulled. Everything's going according to plan. And we draw our white mana. Okay, we're doing it. Feeling good. Ideally, we don't trade off creatures until we have the full engine in play. Yeah. Resolute Watchdog, okay. My opponent still thinks I'm a aggressive Rakdos deck, so he might have sideboarded for such a thing. Play our Vizkopa Vampire. Curious Oligarch, okay. Guess we'll play... I'll play Vindictive Vampire. He can block the Oligarch, as could Teysa. He wants to attack me? Yeah, I didn't think so. Ooh, now we have an Ilgon Inheritance. I think I'd rather get that ticking along than play the Teysa here. There's a Locket, okay. Play Teysa now, because I have a feeling that Ethereal Absolution might be coming out soon. If he doesn't have it, I'll just Grotesquemize this Imperious Oligarch. 6 land, enchantment thing. Could just have a Consign of the Pit. Okay, Consign of the Pit on Vindictive Vampire? Sure. Oh, there's a Racketeers. I want him to get some value. I'm just gonna play Syndicate Messenger. Orzhov Enforcer, sure. Sky Tether him. Okay, now I have... I'm glad I brought in double enchantment / artifact removal, because now I have even more targets with the Sky Tether. Here's my 5th land. Could Grotesque Demise this, but there'll still be a different Afterlife guy, so I guess no attacks. Be nice to convince him to use Resolute Watchdog and then get a Grotesque Demise pulled off. Ah, a Gate Colossus. Well, luckily I have my own, if I can get it out soonish. Oh, there's also just a Sky Tether. Pretty grindy game. Luckily I have the Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Ooh, Sphinx of the Guild Pact. That I don't have a clean answer to. Right now. I do have one in my deck, and they, also, we could just, like, grind him out. I think we'll play Grasping Thrall here. Don't really want to trade off creatures until we get another Vindictive Vampire. I don't think he's going to attack here. He's doing it. He's going to trade 5 for 3. Silco Bellhaunt. I think at this point, my Grotesque Demise is whatever. Yeah, I think I'd rather have Orzhov Racketeers or Gate Colossus out. My own Gate Colossus is not great because of his, so maybe I should have just discarded the Gate Colossus now that I think about it. Play the Racketeers. If we can get Racketeers to die, which should be pretty easy, I'll have 4 Life-Leaking Spirits afterward. A Vampire, sure. Is he gonna keep attacking me? I didn't think so. Yeah, I should have discarded this Gate Colossus. Oh well. I think I'll play him now. Now if my opponent has his own enchantment removal, I'm sure he'll be bringing that in. I actually don't want to attack Gate Colossus into his Gate Colossus, because then I might unlock his Gate Colossus. Okay, he's back to decent life total again. Is he gonna try racing again? It's probably reasonable. I think he has to block Racketeers. Yeah. Now I have the body to block Sphinx of the Guild Pact if I need to. I'll just play the Blood Crypt tapped here. Ethereal Absolution at any point would absolutely murder me. Its own Vindictive Vampire, that's pretty rough, actually. Blade Brand, okay. I think they'll just attack with the spirits and Blade Brand. One that he blocks the Sphinx on. Oh, come on. I think I can hide this, yeah. Blade Brand, that one. Still have the other Blade Brand if I should happen to draw the Dagger caster. He might have a removal spell he's been sitting on all this time. This Blade Brand may not resolve. But if he had a removal spell, he probably would have used it to disrupt a multi-block on his Sphinx. Okay, final payment. It's not great for me. But again, I guess Resolute Watchdog was going to be an issue there. This is tough. My opponent's got Vindictive Vampire, so any of these creatures that die mean I get drained life. He's got Resolute Watchdog, so it means the first block on Sphinx of the Guild Pact doesn't work out. I assume he's going to sacrifice his Gate Colossus here, make a 7/7? No, he's sacrificing another guy making a spirit. Him gaining that 11 life was a bit of a beating. I'll do one chump here. There's a second one. Turn up the heat. Might attack with a lot of stuff now. No. If I block like this, that'll then allow the spirits to start attacking. This is definitely a opportunity to trade his Resolute Watchdog for all my creatures. I think just one chump is fine. Own Grasping Thrall. I'm glad I didn't do that. Two inheritances. Ugh. Guess I'll block there. Maybe he'll take that trade. Probably does. Maybe he'll sacrifice Watchdog for it. No. Okay. That's 6. Go back to 8. We need to get final payment. Oh, there we go. Let's Rakdos Guildgate. It's possible my opponent goes for a big attack at some point just because of the Vindictive Vampires. Okay, we're going to sacrifice a creature to try and kill off that thing, which is not going to work because he can just Resolute Watchdog it. If he remembers he has it, yeah, okay. Resolute Watchdog it. Block there. Oh, there's my second Vindictive Vampire. That's good for me. So my Vindictive Vampire triggers will resolve before his do on his turn, which is good to know. Lock here. I lose 2, go to 7, but then gain 3. Again, a Ethereal Absolution out of nowhere would just destroy me. We would have won very easily if not for the Sphinx of the Guild Pact. And if I hadn't discarded that Grotesque Demise, actually, as well. There's a Twilight Panther. Oh, I should have attacked with Gate Colossus there, I think. Maybe, maybe not. There's the stupid Ethereal Absolution. Crap. This is a lot of triggers, however. This is a lot of triggers. My opponent is at 7? Okay, I just have to drain him out with my 2 ill-gotten inheritances. Yeah. Ethereal Absolution. Gross. Okay, we know we have 1 answer to that Sphinx, basically. Well, 2, I guess. Dagger, Caster, Bladebrand, and the final payment. His own Vindictive Vampire is obnoxious. Let's not discard a Grotesque Demise if we can avoid it. He's gonna have my life total / double his life total at some point. I think this Debtor's Transport's coming in. My best answer to his own Gate Colossus is my Sky Tether. I'm just gonna cut Impassioned Orator. I presume I'm going on the draw again. At the mull this. That's a little more like it. Got an early play, got the combo, got ill-gotten inheritance. Just 1 lands. And Grotesque Demise is decent as well. Oof, I don't want you now. This Copa Vampire, sure. Let's play my own. Just gonna trade. Senate Griffin. Could probably just Grotesque Demise that. We copped. Yeah, let's do it now. Resolute Watchdog, okay. He'll be able to save something off my Dagger caster combo. Okay, lock it, that's whatever. Okay, we're back in business. This thing's not attacking. I'll just start the inheritance strings going. Grasping Thrall, that's gorgeous. Well, guess I'll just play the second one. Another Grasping Thrall. That's scary. And he has the Resolute Watchdog. I need red mana in order to do the combo. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Untapped land would allow me to consign. Well, I think we have to expose this guy to daylight. I'll do it right now while he's tapped. That won't do any good. We just need a red mana mostly. Might have to use this blade brand here. Get rid of this Watchdog to allow me to consign to the pit one of these things instead. Crocodile. Sure. Yickies. Oh, there's another blade brand. We could actually use a Footlight Fiend and Blade Brand decently well. I'd happily just accept a Blood Crypt off the top. Okay, he's dead. Blade Brand, Footlight Fiend. Block here. Take 6. Kills Thrall. Untap, drain 2. Consign to the pit his Grasping Thrall. Oh, and we drew that for the return of the Gate Colossus / the Ethereal Absolution. We're doing it. We're live. So now he could like play a Gate and get Gate Colossus back or something. The next thing we can't deal with is the Sphinx. Okay, good. He's cracking Locket. That's good. That's good. So yeah, Alpha Toxin's wondering about the Footlight Fiend Blade Brand interaction. Yeah. So the way that works is it's uses last known information. Basically, at the last point that the Footlight Fiend was alive, it had Death Touch, and so it is still the Footlight Fiend that's dealing the damage. Crap, this stupid Sphinx. I'm very dead quite quickly to the Sphinx. Can't even stupid Carnage him here. This thing I can target only my own stuff. Probably gonna have to crack one of these ill-gotten inheritances. We have exactly Final Payment as an answer to that. We've used both Blade Brands, so Dagger Caster's no good. Sure. Drain you. We need Final Payment very quickly. We can still not play a Gate Colossus, because it would be close if we could just play a Gate Colossus. Actually, we can... Ooh. I'm not just dead, am I? No, I'm not. Is it 9? This is 4, 5, 6, 7. We need to do 2 more somehow. Previous oligarch. Can I wait? Deal 1 more damage, gain me up to 5, and then 4 more up to 9. I take 5 in the air, and then I take 4 more. I die. If I don't crack this now, I am going to have to crack it. I don't think I can spend my whole next turn, so I guess I do this. Oof. So we played Dagger Caster. We have 2 blockers. And deal an additional point to him. He gets a flyer back. Oh, and he gains some life! That life gain might be the end of it. Almost hope he plays Ethereal Absolution and tries to attack with everything or something, because I can interrupt that. With 3. All he has to do is just... Ugh, I'm just dead, I think. If he doesn't block this, and I can make it die somehow... No. Killed by the Sphinx of the Guild Pact. So annoying. If I'd gotten this Gate Colossus out at any other point, it would have been okay, but the Rakdos Guild Gate was the first gate we played. He just dealt infinite with the hexproof from Exposed to Daylight Sphinx. So close. Just dead to this, got no answers. Let's go to Blade Brand, sure. If we weren't forced to use these Blade Brands earlier and stuff to just survive, we might have done better here. Oh well. GG's. That closes out that draft. Very close, tight ending. Still got plus on gems, and we rare drafted Blood Crypt, and I didn't think it was a very good draft, and we still managed to get some prizes. So, yeah, very close. Had him pretty darn close. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and windmill slam the subscribe button above to see more like it in the future. Thank you so much for watching. You can find me streaming Magic Arena every weekday morning at twitch.tv/BlinkyMTG. Hope to see you there.